Hello, wonderful parents. Dr. Anna Cohen here. Today, we're going to talk a bit more about adolescence. As your child enters adolescence, the natural urge to control their choices can feel overwhelming to some parents. And it's true that many choices made by adolescents, both small and large, occur outside of the control of us parents. That said, it is still possible to maintain an influence with your young person. Consultative parents prepare adolescent children for life as an adult and shape family life to reflect the realities of the adult world. And that's why I love to teach parents how to be consultative parents. Consultative parents don't control, rather they influence their young person. Parents always ask me, well, how do we do this? Well, it comes down to connection and love, which in turn fosters genuine mutual respect. So let's look at how to embrace consultative parenting. Firstly, begin with love and trust. Adolescents, like young children, need our love, our care, and our support. But as teens seek more independence, they also need to feel trusted. Your love should not be confused with indulgence. It's about showing that we deeply care about their growth and well-being. One of the most powerful ways to build trust is by spending quality time together, whether it's sharing a hobby, tackling a project, or simply being present without distractions like our phones or work. This time reinforces your commitment to their emotional needs. It's not enough to just be around. We need to be genuinely interested and involved, and not letting interruptions disturb this time with them. This sense of being cared for goes a long way in fostering strong relationships. Secondly, over-control leads to rebellion. It's important to differentiate between setting boundaries, and I'm big on boundaries, and over-controlling. While it's natural to want the best for your adolescent, too much control can push them away and cause resentment. It's the arbitrary use of power, giving orders without explaining the reasoning or involving them in the decision-making that leads to rebellion. Many teens will obey under heavy-handed rules, but over time, they may internalize anger, leading to depression or even self-harm. If you find yourself struggling with control, it may be a time to reassess your approach. By relinquishing this need, you will allow your teen to develop a deep connection with their thoughts, their feelings, their ideas, their choices, and their personal priorities. Many parents seek professional guidance to help break free from the cycle of over-control, and this can be super beneficial. The third thing we need to do is nurture young people's self-sufficiency. A core aspect of consultative parenting is empowering your adolescent to manage their responsibilities. The more you control, the less your teen will feel capable of managing their own life. Let them figure out how to organize their day, to schedule their appointments, or navigate social responsibilities. Celebrate their success, but also allow them to make mistakes and learn from them. Rather than taking over when they stumble, help them reflect on what went wrong and how they can improve this next time. This builds resilience and the confidence to handle the future and to handle future challenges. By stepping back and giving them space, you're allowing your young person to take ownership of their decisions and experience growth. Fourthly, offer freedom in stages. Autonomy doesn't happen overnight. Much like how a teenager learns to drive, starting with a lesson and practicing under supervision before finally going solo, autonomy should come in stages. Give your young person increasing responsibility as they prove they can handle it. For example, allowing them to borrow the family car is one step towards freedom, but with that comes the expectation of responsibility, like refueling the car or maintaining the car. In addition, autonomy means giving your teen the right to make occasional mistakes without harsh consequences. For example, wake your adolescent for school, give them a 15-minute warning, let them be late, and let them bear the consequence of their actions or inaction. This teaches accountability while still offering your support in navigating the challenges. Fifthly, let your adolescent into your world, ensuring your hopes, your dreams, your concerns, your disappointments and frustrations with your young person. You show them it's okay to not always be sure of yourself. Remember, your adolescent needs you as a parent, not a friend. And it's inappropriate to burden them with your significant problems or ask them to help you with your problems. The idea is to share with them appropriately on a feeling level, that feeling level, so they can begin to witness how you healthily accept and process your emotions. This kind of sharing will become increasingly helpful and appropriate as your teen takes steps towards their own independence. Point number 6, challenging of the status quo is normal and to be welcomed, and it's normal for our teens to question authority and to challenge established norms. This is an important part of their development, and when your teen challenges your opinions, consider it as an opportunity for growth. Let them express their point of view and be willing to listen and learn from their research or their perspective. For example, if your teen presents new information about something like the effects of loud music on hearing, which I love, take the time to listen and consider their findings and acknowledge their efforts in doing their research, and if appropriate, share your perspective in a respectful way. Through such acknowledgement, your relationship stays solid and you model accountability, flexibility, and willingness to value other people's input. Keep the end in mind. Parenting is not just about the day to day. It's about preparing your young person for adulthood. Focus on the long-term goal of raising an independent, well-adjusted, emotionally regulated young adult, while setting the guidelines and offering guidance as necessary. Remember, your home should be a safe space where their values are learned, their relationships are nurtured, and your teen feels supported. By becoming a consultative parent, you embrace your role as a guide, not as a controller. This approach leads to healthier relationships, more trust, and ultimately a more self-reliant and balanced young adult. While it's not always easy to let go of control, the rewards, both for you and your adolescent, are worth the effort. I wish you joy in your parenting. You've got this.